Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am Adrena Young, and this is my raw life. And today I'm going to be making a deodorant. It's a spray on, and it's one that I have found that does very, very well. Um, I've been using it for a few months now. I did change the formula up some. I was using 50 proof alcohol, and that's the kind that you find in the first aid section. But as I continue to do research, I now use 100 proof vodka for my deodorant. So today I'm going to show you guys how I make that, and I'm going to give you some of the pros that I found in it, um, in having the raw life and using this particular deodorant, and the one versus the one I used to use. I did have a hard time finding deodorant before I started making my own, simply because uh, my body chemistry would change. At certain times, it would be okay for me to use this particular brand, and then after so long, then I'd have to switch up brands. Also, roll-ons weren't working anymore. I did start off with roll-ons years ago, especially when I was in high school, and I attempted to use roll-ons as I got older, but they didn't work out too well. I have used sprays. The sprays started causing adverse effects in my armpits. I did learn that there is different things in deodorants that we really don't need in our bodies. So I went on a search to find a natural deodorant that I could use and I could make at home. Yes, you can go to places like Whole Foods. They do have natural deodorants. I think you can even try like Walmart. I know you can go on Amazon.com, and there are a lot of different distributors who make natural products now. Me personally, I prefer to make them at home because I see exactly everything that I'm putting in them. I don't make the alcohol that goes in it. I don't make the oils that go in it. If I had the option to make the oils that go in it and to make the alcohol that goes in it, I would do that. At this time, I don't have the option. So I'm going to show you guys how I make it. Well, first of all, the one that I'm making, my husband ran out. He travels a lot, so he's been using mine. I used to make his a little bit different than I make mine, but when he started using mine and he liked it, so I'm gonna make his like I make mine. So I just get the glass spray bottles. This is, I think, a four ounce glass spray bottle. I ordered it from Amazon.com, and it's just um, a bottle with straw, lid, all of that. And it's the glass because I use oils. In my research, I find that it keeps the potency of the oil and not to use plastic. So I use this. I have a beaker to measure out my alcohol. On my beaker, I really like this beaker because if you make things, you'll notice that sometimes they measure a lot of the oils and things in milliliters. So this beaker has milliliters, has tablespoons, it has teaspoons, and it also has ounces. And I picked this up. Can't remember where I picked it up. I think. Oh, don't get me to line, so I'm not gonna even I don't remember, but I picked it up at some store, and it's been very useful in, me making the different things with my oils. Okay, and then the next oil, I'm gonna tell you, this is my favorite brand thus far. I know that there are other brands out there, but I like Now. I like Now Essential Oils. This is my favorite brand. I have used some different oils from other brands, but I don't get paid to promote Now, but this is my favorite brand. And I order from Now or Amazon.com. It depends on what Amazon offers or does not offer. So this oil that I'm using is frankincense, and frankincense is one that helps with healing, and it helps with odor, and it helps with sweat also. I'm also going to use lemon. I'm going to use lemon, and I'm going to use rosemary. Rosemary is an oh gosh, I can't. It's an A word. I can't even think of the word, but it's good. It's good to use. And so, because I have a 4 ounce bottle, I'm going to use 3 ounces of vodka. One of the things that you want to make sure is not to fill it to the top, because you have to have enough space to shake it and pound it. My husband likes this part, to make sure that the oils mix with the vodka. And I just I wasn't trying to shoot for the most expensive vodka, and I also wasn't trying to shoot for the cheapest vodka. I just wanted to shoot for a vodka that will work. Okay, so the one that I have, no, I don't drink vodka. Um, but the one that I have is from Heaven Hill, and I was trying to. It was a particular reason why I bought it. Oh, because it was 50% alcohol, and it's premium 100 proof vodka. So yes, it does have it's alcohol, and it's distilled from grain. That's why I got it. It was a product of the USA, so it's distilled from grain. I do my best to promote products from the USA. At the same time, you also have to be mindful of where it's coming from, what it's made of, all that good stuff. So I'm going to measure out 3 ounces. It's going to be like right here, 3 ounces of vodka. And I'm one of those, I don't drink, but I felt kind of funny at first going into the liquor store looking for vodka, and then it's so funny. My son came over and he saw it sitting on the dining room table, and he takes a picture and sends it to his wife, and he says, "Oh, my mom's drinking now." And then he knows it was probably for cooking or something, but because I eat raw, I said, no, it's for making deodorant. And he's tried it and he said he likes it and he still uses it. So we're going to take and pour. Oh, I forgot to get I have a little funnel that I put on top of here. And I forgot to get it. So we're going to hope that I don't spill it. All right. So I'm going to pour this carefully into my bottle. I'm doing my best not to spill it. There's a few drops I spilled. But I do have a funnel that I normally put on top of here that makes it easier to where I don't make a mess. So I do have a little spill over here, and I don't have anything in here. Um, I will get that up in a moment. It's bugging me. Okay, so then I do write down my formulas, because I have like 30 different formulas of deodorants that I make. And why do I have different formulas? Like I said, my husband had one, and then um, I made two different ones just to see if adding water was going to make a difference, and it makes a huge difference. So I don't even use that one. It doesn't last as long, but doing that. So always write down the formula that you use. And rule of thumb, for every 10 milliliters, you use 1 to 5 drops. I've learned that as a rule of thumb. So I have 30 milliliters of um, vodka in here. So the drops of oil altogether that I'm going to use, remember, 10 milliliters, 1 to 5 drops. So because I have 30 milliliters, I'm going to use 5 drops per oil. And so I'm going to put 5 drops of the frankincense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to watch it because sometimes it'll drop pretty fast. These do have like the little drops, but I have some bottles that don't. So I purchased some reusable droppers from Amazon.com so that I can clean them, sanitize them, and reuse them when I have to. Because I was using the plastic pipettes, but um, I like whenever I can reuse something. Also, the plastic can eat the oil can eat through the plastic. So I did 5 drops of the frankincense, and I'm gonna do 5 drops of the lemon. I remember just recently we went out of town and my daughter forgot her deodorant because she doesn't really use this one, and she decided. She said, "Can I use yours because I left mine?" 2, 3, 4, 5, and I said, "Sure, no problem." So when she used it, she said, "Is there lime or lemon in it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I put lemon in it." Lemon oil deodorizes. And then I'm gonna put 5 drops of the rosemary. One, two, three, four. Okay. You can overdo the amount of drops and cause an irritation, skin irritation, rashes from using the oils too heavy. And then this is the part that my husband likes. I don't know why he does it this way, but he just takes it and taps so it can mix really well. And I do that for about 30 seconds or longer. And then, and here's the thing, it evaporates pretty good. I don't know which one evaporates better, the one using the rubbing alcohol if you choose not to use the vodka. I don't know if gin or any of that works. I know that vodka does work. Um, you can use the rubbing alcohol, or you can use the vodka. And you want to make sure that you do 50 proof. The one thing that I really like about it, it is very um, sanitary. It sanitizes because you have the lemon in there, and then vodka. It's an alcohol, so it'll clean as well. So sometimes I just take it and I will even kind of mist it on a wet towel. I don't do it on a dry one. I'll mist it on a wet towel and I'll wipe in areas that may be sweaty throughout the day as a refresher, like behind my ears, behind my knees, different things like that, especially if I've been sitting down a lot. And then you just pump and spray. And it has a really light scent. It doesn't have a long lasting scent. I'm quite sure you can add jasmine or some of the other lavender. I think mine I did put lavender in, but this is from my husband. Oh, another thing that I put in his is I put cedar wood. I put cedar wood in his, and I didn't bring that in here. And the reason why I put cedar wood is a bolder scent, and it's also is it cedarwood? It's a calming scent. It's good for relaxing. And I also do inhalers for my husband as well. So one day I will come back and do an inhaler with you. I want to, do I want to cut it and come back and do it? I want to discuss something with you guys in reference to my raw life. Um, Now that I've made the deodorant, which was the main focus of the video, but this is also has been something that's kind of weighing on me for the last couple of days, and I say weighing on me because I really it sent me in an emotional. It's kind of made things a little bit emotional for me. Um, and I've still been trying to figure out why. So I'm just going to discuss it with you guys, and you can say something about it. This is kind of like me pouring myself out to you, and I would enjoy feedback of corrective criticism if you have any, of support if you have any, encouragement if you have any. But I would ask you to be respectful because I knew that doing my raw life was going to be an emotional type thing for me. So why is it so emotional? Maybe it's no big deal to you, but I have not allowed a lot of people into my private sector of how I've been doing with my regimens and my practices. And they see the results, but they don't see me go through the progress. And I won't use the word process because each thing I do is a progression of something that I had not done. And so this has been a huge thing for me. Doing my raw life, it has opened my eyes to the life that I live. It has also opened my eyes to the criticism with the life that I live, and I guess that's what I'm headed in discussing it with you guys. So I don't know. I make these videos, And I realized that, hey, I haven't really been putting them out there. I really haven't been saying much about them. I haven't been putting them on my other social media outlets because doing my raw life was different. I do teach. I teach the Bible. It's different. I go on Instagram and do, um, positive quotes, and I have the Facebook page where I'm always sharing information. I have the blog where I talk about wellness and health. And I also do goal folks where I have clients who I talk to about their wellness and their well being. And then here I am having a hard time sharing openly, publicly about my raw life. Um, I feel like as the so many things that I do or have done, I've placed a target. And so doing my raw life, it's a bigger target. And so I just, I really don't know where this is all going, but I just want to let it out. Um, I started doing a lot of changes in my life with my eating, with my movement, exercise, activity, different things, probably about 2 years ago. And just recently, I kind of upped it like a huge notch. And I've been off of meat for about a year, been off of dairy for almost a year. Um, and now I'm off of processed, refined foods, those things that they put and churn together and all that stuff. Um, And being honest with you guys, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm working so hard. I'm holding back tears, and some would say, "Well, what are you crying for?" I know that's what my husband says. You don't have any reason to cry. This has been extremely emotional because I have done so many changes in my life for the betterment of my well-being, for the betterment of my health, and it's done great. It's really been great. It really has been great. I've gone from clothes sizes. I went from an extra large to a medium. Um, I've cut my hair, which I love, and upcoming soon, there's going to be some more things about that as well. And I feel like I'm just kind of rambling and stumbling, but if you'll just bear with me, hopefully I'll get somewhere and I'll feel the release that I need to move forward. Um, I don't I have looked at the many things that I've changed, and I still know that there's more change. I'm now on more workout. Um, I am like down to one meal a day. I am resting anywhere from 16 to 23 hours a day. I am working out, different things like that. But I know that there's more. And some would, my husband says, "Oh, you push yourself." And my daughter says, "You're too hard on yourself." And my son says, "You're doing good." But for me, I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased. And I guess that's where I'm going. I'm not pleased. Although I've made all of these changes, I'm still not pleased. I'm not pleased because I know that there are more changes. There are more things that I can do to be who I know that I am. Um, there is a hidden person that's looking to break out, that wants to get out. And in doing my raw life, I am hoping and wanting to release myself from all of the things that causes me not to release myself. And here's one of them, talking to people about what I'm doing. I don't know why it's such a big deal to me. And in doing so, it's just something I know that I have to do. Facing me was the hardest thing to do. facing what I was doing to myself, facing how I was treating myself, facing what I allowed to happen, all because I made excuses. And so now I've removed every excuse. And one of the greatest things I realized is that my support system has been doing it for the sake of knowing that someone can see that it can be done. That's it. I don't have a particular meal that I eat every day. I don't have a particular regimen that I follow every day, but I do the things that I need to do in order to see my life continue to change. One of the things I'm dealing with now is organization. It seems like when I can't get organized, I don't flow the way that I need to. And that's part of your wellness because when you don't have organization, it can cause stress. So hopefully, this is going to relieve me of some of the stresses. And I know it probably sounds like, hey, that's crazy. Who does this? Who I don't know, but I'm doing it. And honestly, I chose to go live so that I would not stop it. Um, for those who are watching, let me share with you. I know I keep saying my raw life, but if you don't really understand what my raw life is, it is removing as many things that I can find. Doesn't matter what it is. So I've removed dairy, again, processed foods, meats. I make my own juices if I drink any juice. Um, I was just asked just yesterday, I think it was, doesn't it get boring eating nothing but vegetables? And I said, no, because there's fruits, you know. And I know that some people think, that's crazy. You can't make it. I've watched so many videos about people going back from being vegan or vegetarian because their health. I will tell you, I've only had one health situation, and it wasn't because of what I was eating. It wasn't because of what I was not eating. It was simply because of a water bottle I purchased with a filter. That's the only thing I get. I don't take any supplements. Some people say, "Oh, you need to take supplements." I don't, if I can't get it from my foods, I don't want it. And I do use my oils and I make my soaps now. I don't really use them that often. I usually bathe with apple cider vinegar, lemon, excuse me, different oils. Take detox baths. Um, I do I do different things like that. And it just seems like sharing my raw life with you guys is extremely personal, but it's what I'm going to do as I continue to progress in this lifestyle that I'm living now. And hopefully, it will encourage someone to look at whatever goal they have and know that they can make it, that it will encourage those who have been struggling to hold on and keep pushing and keep moving forward and keep doing it and keep going and know that you'll succeed. I have been pretty much a thick girl all my life since I can remember. There was one time that I did get my weight down, but that was only one time. And now that I'm 42 and I've had the stress issues and I've had all these ups and downs in my life, to stay focused on this goal of living a raw life has been one of the things that it hasn't been difficult. It's just been difficult in sharing. So I do feel a little bit better. Um, thank you for listening. And until the next time, do everything that you can do to be well. Doesn't matter. As long as it's benefiting you and it's not hurting you or anyone else, be gold and enjoy your life. Bye bye.